All right, today we're jumping into a really fantastic book. Meg Medina's Merci Suárez Changes Gears. And this story, wow, it just perfectly captures what it's like to navigate all those huge, kind of confusing changes that come with growing up.
So let's meet our main character, Merci. I mean, this quote says it all, right? You can just feel that whiplash of going from a chill summer in flip-flops to sweating in a stiff school uniform. It perfectly sets the stage for this story, which is all about a girl trying to exist in two completely different worlds at the same time.
And that's really the heart of the whole story, this constant pull between her two lives. It's not just, home versus school. It's way deeper. We're talking about two different cultures, two totally different sets of rules and expectations, and basically two different mercies.
And you can see just how different they are right here. I mean, on one side you have Las Casitas. This is home, it's loud, it's a little chaotic, but it's overflowing with love and family. Her dad's got his own painting business, and her abuela, get this, runs what Merci calls the catastrophic concerns department. There's always life happening. But then there's Seaward Pines Academy. It's this super fancy private school that to Merci feels like a cemetery. And here, she's the scholarship kid, always on the outside, trying to figure out all these strict rules and social games her rich classmates play.
So for a while, Merci does a pretty good job of juggling these two separate worlds. But then 6th grade hits, and that whole balancing act, well, it starts to fall apart. New pressures pile on, and some really worrying things start to happen.
Okay, so the first crack appears at school. She gets stuck with this community service job she wants nothing to do with, being a sunshine buddy for a new student, Michael Clark. Now, the idea is to be welcoming, right? But for Merci, it just feels like a giant, flashing sign pointing her out as the scholarship kid, the one who's different. And of course, her teacher, Ms. McDaniels, sells it like it's this huge honor. Oh, you're so lucky to be picked. But Merci, she's not buying it. She knows exactly what it is. Just one more reminder that she's not like the other kids. And to make things worse, you've got classmates like Edna, who just love to twist the knife and point out every single way Merci doesn't belong. So just as things are getting tense at school, something happens at home that's way more scary. The first major crack in her foundation appears. Her grandfather, Lolo, who is like her favorite person in the world, is found by the police. He was just a few blocks from home, a walk he's taken 1,000,000 times, but he was completely lost and confused.
Now, Lolo just brushes it off. He says, "Oh, it's these glasses, they're terrible." But the excuse, it just doesn't feel right. It feels flimsy. And for Merci, this is more than just an oops moment. It's this cold, terrifying feeling in her gut that something is really, truly wrong with Lolo, the person who's always been her rock.
And this is where everything really starts to spin out of control. Her whole world gets knocked off its axis. Problems at home, problems at school, they just keep getting bigger, and it feels like it's all happening at the exact same time.
You see, with Lolo, it's not just one big thing. It's the slow drip of small, scary moments that just keep adding up. He'll fall off his bike and blame it on a sandy patch that doesn't even exist. He'll forget something simple like finding his glasses in the refrigerator. And then there's this sudden, angry outburst that is so unlike him. Every single one of these moments is like another little chip being taken out of Mercy's sense of safety. She's just getting more and more scared and confused.
And at the exact same time that everything is unraveling with Lolo, school is turning into a total minefield. The teasing about her and Michael, well, that blows up into a huge crisis when she accidentally beans him in the face with a baseball. That gets her detention, which puts her entire scholarship at risk. And then, to top it all off, an important school project they did together gets sabotaged, just thrown in the trash. The stress is just relentless.
So as you can imagine, she is completely overwhelmed. It's like everything is coming at her from every direction, and she just feels lost. The two things she could always count on, her family and her school, both feel like they're crumbling beneath her feet, and nothing makes sense anymore.
All of this fear, all of this confusion, it all comes to a head in one single, absolutely terrifying moment. It happens on a busy street, and it's the moment the secret her family has been working so hard to keep finally comes out. So picture this. Merci and her brother, Roly, are just stuck in rush hour traffic, waiting to get home.
She's kind of just staring out the window. And then, through the lanes of cars, she sees someone.
A figure standing on the median, and her heart just drops. It's Lolo. He's standing there all alone on this little strip of concrete, holding a bag of Halloween candy, looking completely lost.
He's pacing back and forth as cars are swerving and honking all around him. And in that moment, Merci sees it all. The true, terrifying scale of what's happening. He's in so much danger, and he has no idea.
So they get him into the car, they get him home safe, and then the truth finally comes out. And it's Lolo himself who tells her. He says, blame me. He'd made everyone promise a long time ago not to tell her what was happening. He was just trying to protect her.
And this was the secret. This was the reason for everything. The getting lost, the glasses in the fridge, the out-of-character anger, and that horrifying moment on the median. Lolo has Alzheimer's disease.
So, with this heartbreaking truth finally out in the open, everything changes. The big question isn't what's wrong with Lolo anymore. Now it's, what do we do now? And for Merci, it means there's no more pretending. She has to face this new reality head-on. She has to figure out how to change gears.
And that's exactly what she starts to do. Instead of just being stuck in all that fear and anger, she starts to move. She finds allies in unexpected places, like with her classmate Lena. She throws herself into her big, great tomb project at school, really using her voice. And maybe most importantly, she starts to accept the things she can't change, and she leans on her family's love and their traditions in a whole new way. And all of this leads to this really beautiful, perfect thing she does for Lolo. She makes him a photo album, a memory book. But it's not just about the past. She tells him she left lots of blank pages in the back so they can fill them with new memories. It's the perfect symbol of how she's changed. She's not just the scared kid anymore. She's an active, loving part of his care.
So, Mercy's journey really leaves us with this big question, doesn't it? When our world changes in ways we can't possibly control, how do we find a new way to move forward? Her story is such a powerful reminder that growing up isn't about everything staying perfect. It's about finding the strength to change gears when life gets tough. And it teaches us that real love isn't about stopping the bad things from happening, but about finding new ways to be there for each other right in the middle of the storm.